Hello, this is Jaden Wilhelm, and this is the DenHeyer electrical web system I'll be showing off today. Um, this video is both for my client, DenHeyer Electric, specifically Beth and Wayne, but this video is also for my assignment, so I'm going to be, two birds, one stone there. So first, I guess I'm going to show off the home page, which is where um, anybody who goes to the website, this is where they initially will be redirected. This will be the first thing they see. And you're going to notice a lot of placeholder information as of right now. That can all very easily be filled out once we do start getting things up and running. So don't worry about, obviously your phone number isn't 1234 up here. Um, but yeah, so this is what the home page looks like. This ribbon up here contains basically all the different directories in which someone's able to go. Um, and if we scroll down, there's a container here that has a little description about what you guys do, and a little slideshow container here with pictures that we can put in. There's 3 right now, but we can definitely put more, extend the time on them, whatnot. Um, this is just a little about us thing that will also be connected to a different about us page. So you know, and there's a little button that can bring you to the estimates. Um, and here I decided to list the dealers that you guys work with. And I kind of just took my own liberty on how to format that because I wasn't really sure about how going about it. So if you guys do have any, requests or things that you would like to be changed, make sure you just, write them down and send it over to me. Let me know because there is going to be quite a few things we go through today. Um, but yeah, so this is what the home page looks like, and I'll show you the ribbon up here. So there's the request your free estimate, gallery, leave a review, more, about us, FAQ, certifications, insurance, employee portal. Okay, so everything besides employee portal can be accessed by customers. People who just come on this website and aren't working at DenHeyer Electric. So the first thing we can do is request an estimate, and I'll just go in and have this fill out this basic information. So we'll we'll name this Den Hire Test for 2025. Okay, because we're gonna want to remember this because later I'm gonna be showing off an email functionality in which you can actually you'll be actually receiving emails about these requests alongside them being stored within the web system. So we'll just do this is a test email. Okay, and then upon filling in this information, they would obviously submit their request, and that would go through. Um, I'll show you the email in a bit, but I want to go through everything here first. So after that, there's the gallery, which will be able to display information. Right now, we only have some test photos in here, but obviously this would be filled up with things that are actually related to your company. Um, and this can actually be this can be edited from the employee portal, in which you can upload, delete, and make photos public and private. And basically, public means that it'll be publicly facing for customers to see, and private means only you guys can see it in the employee portal. So that's going to be a pretty common theme here. So there's also an ability to leave a review. So this actually shows off the reviews, and there's a little page button here. So there can be multiple different pages, and obviously these are just test reviews we've done while developing the website, but I'll write a review here. So we'll do DenHeyer Test 4, 2025. I'll just put in my commercial email. This is a test review. And then they can submit the review. And you might notice that when we go here, this review actually won't be here, and that is intentional because we don't have the reviews automatically upload public facing because not everybody on the internet can be trusted to say the nicest of things or to be taken seriously. So we have a system within the employee portal which allows you to make reviews public and private, and we'll show you that in a bit. Everything here, the about us, the FAQ, the certifications, the insurance, all of this is pretty empty right now because we don't really have anything yet to put here. But this is all very easy to fill in. You just copy and paste text into the into the environment. And you know, the certifications and insurance will all go here. I assume which will be in picture form, but you know, if it's also like for instance, you know, insurance number or whatever you were saying, you know, we can also put that here. But this is where that would all go. And every time you want to go back, you can just hit the logo up here and it brings you back to the home page. But yeah, so that's basically everything on the public facing part where the customers will see. Now we can go over to the employee portal and I can show off some of the functionalities that you'll have as a user. So upon going to the employee portal, you obviously need to log in. So I have a test account right now just named Wilhelm. And once I log in, as you can see, we have a lot of different functionalities here. For starters, we'll go to the review manager. So if you remember, we did leave a review earlier. So upon going to the DenHeyer Electric review manager, we can see that there's these are all the public-facing reviews. But if we were go to view new and private reviews, which is where the review we submitted would be, as every time a review is submitted, a new one, it's automatically set as false for publicly displayed. As you can see, here's our review. So it is not publicly facing at the moment, but let's say we wanted to publicly face it. All we would do is hit set to public, and now it will be in public. Yeah, see, now we are in public reviews, and this one is now publicly facing. And we can go all the way back to the reviews, and here it is right here. So yeah, that's how the review manager works. So now if we go back, we can go to the estimate manager. So as you remember before, we did submit an estimate request. So yeah, upon coming to the estimate manager, it goes in basically opposite chronological order. So the oldest request will probably be at the top, as that's probably the most pressing, and newer ones will be put down here. So this is, I believe this is the one we, or actually I think this is the one we went and submitted. So there's two options here. You can mark them as handled or delete them. You know, let's say somebody accidentally submits something and all the information just doesn't make sense. You can just delete it, but you can mark it as handled once an estimate has been dealt with. So we'll do that. We'll mark this as handled, and it says, are you sure? And it can't be undone, so that's why it asks you if you're sure, and then yes. So now we can see the close request, and we come over here, and as you can see, the close request is here. It also goes in order, and you can also search for cases. So if we have, you know, the date, the specific date, and we come up here and we put that in, this case will come up and we can actually see it. Yeah, so if we also go to the close request, we can delete them too. So we go to, let's do the one we did. We can just delete it, and it gets rid of it. Let me go see. See, so it's no longer here. So yeah, that's how the estimate requests work, and I'll show you real quick. So if we go to account settings real quick, I just want to show you this functionality. Everybody who has an account will have their own employee settings, and right now I'm currently subscribed to estimate emails, which basically means the email that I've put into this account when my account was created is basically inserted into a list of emails that will be sent estimate request. And depending on whether you want to receive these emails or not, you can subscribe and unsubscribe from the emails list. So I'll actually show you right now if I go to my emails. Wrong emails, 1 second. This is the email. So if we go to Gmail, this is still the wrong email. There we go. As you can see, I was doing a little testing, but you can see I've gotten emails from this email called DenHeyerHelper@gmail, and that's basically an email we used to function within the web system, and its sole purpose is to send emails. So basically, it reads the information and it sends it to whoever's on the list in an email format. And as you can see, all the information here is exactly the same. It gives you the date, it gives you an ID. We do have an ID system which increments, so the next request will be ID 16. And yeah, so that's how the emails work. So if we go to user manager, sorry for the cuts here, I was having a little difficulty with the recording, but if we go to the user manager, it's going to prompt us to re-input our password. This does this for account settings and user manager because they pose security risks. The only people who can access user manager are administrative accounts, and I will show you how that works in a second. So upon coming in, as you can see, these will be all the accounts that are here right now. Obviously, these are all just test accounts, so these will be removed upon upon this being released. But as you can see, my account right here, I'm an administrator. That's why I was able to access the account. Whoever is logged into DenHeyer test 4/24/2025 would not be able to access this area. But you could make them an admin, so they could if you wanted to. For instance, I would click this button to make them an admin. And now, as you can see, admin set to true, and they'll be able to access this account. I would show you what it would look like to not be able to access the account, but then I wouldn't be able to get back in, and I don't want to log into this account. So take my word for it. You can obviously remove users. Since it's an action that can't be not undone, it prompts you, and then you can add users. And yep, see, there's a new user, and we can obviously remove them too. So that's basically how the employee manager works. We have yet to go into gallery manager. Yes, so gallery manager. So this is where you're going to be able to manage anything that's shown in the public facing gallery. So we have a few test images here, and very similar to all the other things, you can set things as private and public, and you can also delete images and add images. So I'll show you how adding an image works real quick. You just put in the description of whatever the image is, test. You can set it automatically as public or keep it as private. We'll set this as public, and then we can upload the Generac Power System Vector logo.png, which is one of the logos we used for the home page. So upon uploading it, here we go. Upon uploading it, obviously it will now be here, and it is set to public. So if we go over to the gallery, as you can see, it will be here. This still has some work to be done. We do plan on making these images bigger and clickable, so once you click on them, it does expand, but this is just a basic template of what it would look like. And yeah, so that's all of the functionalities from the employee side. Every time you're finished, you should hit log out, because then that makes it so you don't automatically re-sign in. It's very important with a website like this, because the functionalities, they give you a lot of power in terms of deleting accounts and altering the website, possibly permanently. So yeah, security is definitely a big it's definitely very important. And yeah, so that'll basically be it for this video. Please let me know if there's anything you would like changed, if there's any improvements you would like to make. I would really love to hear some feedback. We still do plan on working with you to get this website publicly facing, so actually, with a domain that people can type and search into. Right now, this is just in a testing environment, so nobody from the public can actually access this as of right now. And yeah, that'll be all. Thank you.